Hello, welcome back to Carp Hunters YouTube channel. We're here at the Bluebell Lakes complex again, but this time we're tackling Swan Lake. This is one of the hardest lakes in the UK, and it's the hardest lake on the Bluebell complex, probably on the sort of scale with Kingy, or just over there, the opposite side of Bluebell Lake. And a couple of fish have actually came out in the last few days. 340s have came out, and a 50 I believe has came out as well. So the fishing has been really slow the last couple of months. It's been pretty much dead on here, but all of a sudden the carp have just decided to go on a huge feed. So I've turned up at the right time, but the weather isn't looking great, as in for fishing weather. I mean, it's nice if you're not fishing, but it's not great fishing weather. It's, you know, clear skies, sunny, but there is a breeze blowing, well, to that corner. It has been blowing into this corner before I came. So I literally got here maybe 5-6 hours ago, but I just wanted to get set up, get everything sorted before I got the camera on. So I am here for a week, like I said, and we've got plenty of time to change tactics, decide what we want to do anything, do any changes to how I'm fishing. So all three rigs are on the bottom at the minute. I'm on a Nutty Bee hard hook bait topped with half a pineapple pop-up just to balance it. That's on my right hand rod. On my middle rod I've got just a Scopex Squid pink pop-up from Nash, because they do really well on the Bluebell complex. And on the left I've got a Nash Instant Action white coconut cream pop-up. So just a bit of difference. I just realised my microphone isn't plugged in. Okay, right, I'm back. The microphone's plugged in now, so hopefully you'll be able to hear the difference, and the wind won't be so bad, because I've got this Rode video mic with a dead cat on it, just to buffer out the wind noise, because it is very windy at the minute. So what I was just saying is the baits that I'm using, I've got all three on Ronnie rigs again, trusty Ronnie rig, because that's my my go-to rig, to be honest, when whatever conditions I'm fishing. And I've just put a bit of PVA nugget on the hook, just to let it sink a bit slower, because there is maybe that much weed or so where I'm fishing. Because in this corner, this is, as you come into it from San Martin, this is the furthest peg on this side. I don't know how to explain it really. Because you've got Bluebell Lakes is opposite me. Bluebell Lake, sorry, is opposite me, and then this is the far left-hand corner of the lake. So it's not my go-to swim, but the thing is with Bluebell, you just get in where you can, and that's all you can do really. So yeah, like I said, got all three rods out. I did that earlier. Everything's sorted, everything's nice and organised. I have got a new bivvy, Virgin Bivvy Alley at the minute. I want to show you that in a second. It's the Sonic Access Camo 2-man bivvy. It's absolutely bloody huge, and there are some things I want to go over with you about it. So, but let's stop waffling about that, and let's actually speak about the lake, what I have in front of me. So just to my very left, there's surface weed going about, I don't know, 5-6 wraps out to my very left hand side, to a weed margin just over there. And in front of me it goes from 3 foot to 8 foot. I got the deeper out early and just had a look before I got my rods out, so because I wanted to know what I was tackling. Yeah, I got the deeper out. I'm fishing 11 and a third wraps on all three rods on a gravel bar, maybe a rod length to be honest, and half a rod length deep. So I did manage to fit all three rods onto that, but yeah, it took me 3 casts for the last 2 rods to just get it precisely where I want. So I'm confident with where I'm fishing, I'm happy with where I'm fishing, and I'm happy with the baits I'm using. I've got plenty of boilies I can change to if nothing happens, and like I said, I've got 6 nights 7 days on the complex this time, so we've got plenty of time to you know, change hook baits, change tactics and see what works. But nothing more to update you with. I'll show you this Sonic Access 2-man camo bivvy in a second. I did forget my unhooking mat, so I had to go to the shop and buy this Nash beanie unhooking mat. It was just, you know, the first thing that was in there that I saw, so I had to buy that, because you can't fish without an unhooking mat. So next time we'll just have to remember to bring everything. So nothing else to tell you about apart from the bivvy that I'll go on to in a sec. My lucky mascot's there. Someone's dog came earlier and took it, so I had to go and chase the dog to go and get it back, because it is actually a dog toy. And that's pretty much the most eventful thing that's happened today so far, chasing a dog to get my my good luck charm back. So rod tips are also down. I'll show you that on a bit of footage now. Rod tips are down because there are swans that like to come here. I'm really sorry about this wind. This is how windy it is. Yeah, so rod tips are down, so I don't have to deal with the swans, but it would have been better if I could have rod tips up, because there is quite a lot of marginal weed in front of me, so I'd rather not have to tackle the swans than have to tackle the weed, to be honest. So that's why I've got rod tips down at the minute. It's a bit chilly, but it is hot as well. Well, it's chilly in the shade and quite hot in the when you're not in the shade, so you can't drive to the back of your swim, but there is the car park right behind me, and there's 4 cars parked in it at the minute, so I presume that's either, yeah, that's probably this whole side going halfway, because there's another car park right at this side of the lake when you get out of Sand Martin, and there are pigeons fighting each other. So I'll show you the bivvy now. I'm not going to waffle on for much longer, but yeah, tight lines, guys. Welcome back. This is the Sonic Access 2-man camo bivvy. It says it just there. Let me just focus on that. And it is very, very roomy inside. I can stand up in it without touching my head on the ceiling. I'm just over 6 foot, so yeah, tiny bit over 6 foot. And it's very, very roomy. You've got 2 mesh vents just here, both with these little pockets to put your stuff in. Has that both sides. I've got this vent down at the minute because I've got all my stuff just there. I'll just go through quickly the baits I'm using. These are the JH baits Nutty B. I'm using that on one rod. Using, where is it? I'm using this as I'm topping the Nutty B with this, and then I've got this on one as well. This instant action strawberry pop-up. So I'll take you to the back of the bivvy. This just gives you an idea of how big it is. So here's my previous bivvy. This is the Fox EOS 1-man, so this is your standard 1-man bivvy really. And then if you turn and have a look at the Sonic Access 2-man camouflage bivvy, it has tension poles just here, all the way around, well, either side, and then it has the top tensioning bar over there. If you come around the back, it is a quick erect design, so it just makes it quick to put up. Two Mozzie mesh panels at the back here for airflow in the nice weather. And that is really all it is. It's got a huge pram hood. I mean, I can stand under this and be completely covered by the rain. So if I was, just wanted to look out at my bivvy and it's tipping it down with rain, I can quite easily. So that's the old bivvy. That's the new bivvy. Out with the old, in with the new. You know how it goes. And yeah, we've got 2 landing nets up this time because I do have 2 landing nets. And we've got the Spod rod, but it does actually have a marker lead on it at the minute when I was marking about earlier. So that's that, to be honest. And yeah, this is actually quite a nice swim. I am keen on it. Let me put you back on the tripod. Yeah, so that's everything that I've done today. I've obviously put the rods out, got home comfortable for the next week, and now it's up to the fish. So hopefully the fish are going to play ball, but yeah, there's no promises obviously. So especially with lakes like these, they are unbelievably hard to fish, but the fishing has turned on in the last couple of days to a week, so hopefully I haven't came too late, because these sort of lakes, they go on a huge feed for a week, 2 weeks maybe, and then it just turns off for the next month or so. So hopefully I'm not too late on this big feeding frenzy from the carp, but there are none showing out in front of me, and you know, there's no head on the water, so I can see everything. Well, there is actually one over there, just by the surface. But yeah, the water quality is still really bad in this lake at the minute, because I mean, the water level is down hugely. So let me just go handheld again. Yeah, so the water level is down hugely. See these weeds over here? These would normally be underwater. I mean, you can see, because these have these white bits at the bottom, so that would be underwater normally. And all of this I'd be standing in a lake at the minute, but I'm not, because yeah, like I said, the water level is down so much. And if I just show you quickly, here's the weed that I was talking about, and that reed line over there that I did have a lead about earlier, but I didn't find anything of interest. So yeah, that's everything so far. I will update you in a bit if anything happens. I am going to put some bait out. I haven't put any bait out yet, so I will put some bait out in a bit, and I'll update you then. But until then, guys, if you're fishing, good luck. Hope you catch something. But yeah, even if you're not fishing, I bet you can't. But yeah, I bet if. Yeah, but. So, that is absolutely everything I've got to update you with. It is... The time is 20 to 4 in the afternoon. Oh, it's not going to be the morning, is it? And I've been here almost 12 hours actually. No, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've been here, so it's 20 to 4. I don't know why I'm really dark. I need to sort that out, but I can't be bothered to do it in one clip again. So, rods are fishing, home sorted for the week, and it's 20 to 4. Been here for 9 hours. I think I've said that already. Fuck. So I'll see you in a bit, guys. So like I said, I'll catch you when I'm spotting out in a bit. I don't really know what time I want to spot out, to be honest, because my rods have been in the water a good 4 or 5 hours or so. Maybe I'll spot out just before it gets dark, because this swim's meant to be a day water really, as in most of the bites come from daytime, so I don't really want to disturb my swim at the minute. Oh, there's another fish cruising by. Yeah, I don't want to disturb my swim at the minute, so I'm going to leave them on singles at the minute, and I may spot out in a bit, I may not, may leave it for tonight, but that is to come. So, I'm going to turn the camera off now because I've been waffling, and I'll see you in a bit. Good morning. It's just gone 6:30. The sun's just coming up, and it was a quiet night on the lake, not surprisingly either. So I did have a liner on the middle rod at about 3 in the morning, which woke me up because I wake up to single beeps. So that happened, but apart from that, I was just sleeping behind quiet rods for the whole night. So I'm not sure what to think about that liner, whether my rods are too far out or whether it was just a fish bashing against my lines when it's swimming past, etc, etc. So it's a cold autumn morning. It's only about 5 degrees at the minute. So yeah, we are getting into the colder weather, but we don't stop. We never stop fishing for the big uns. So people are leaving today. It's still quite busy on here, but it's always busy on here, so you have to expect that. There's people down there for 2 weeks actually, so you know, being here for a week isn't a long time at all. So I've got the kettle on at the minute. I'm just gonna make myself a brew, and I'm gonna get warm because it is chilly outside to the bone. I'm not gonna bring my rods in until they've been out for 24 hours, so that'll mean maybe 7. So that'll mean maybe 10:30 AM. So yeah, well, the only reason I'm actually going to bring them in is so I can change the hook baits, because I like to keep fresh hook baits on my rigs at all times. So that's what I'm going to do there. I'll show you the rigs when I when I reel them in, so you can have a look at what I'm using and what baits I'm using. I'll show you the tubs inside as well. So that's the plan for today, I think. Yeah, the reason I didn't record anything last night was because I actually forgot. I did spot out. I spotted out two large spawns for each rod. Like I said, I'm 11 1/3 wraps out on all 3 rods on a gravel bar. The rod length, the size of, well, the length of a rod, 12 foot pretty much, and the depth of maybe half a rod length. So it's a decently big gravel bar, and I managed to get all 3 rods on it because it was the only one I could. Because it was the only one I could find in my swim that wasn't intruding. There wasn't. I wasn't entering their swim or my swim next to me, so that's pretty much all I can do. Nothing else to cover. I am gonna get my my cup of tea now because I'm cold. The new bivvy, it was cozy last night actually. You know, for how big it is, it kept pretty warm. That's thanks to the 10,000mm hydrostatic head, and it's got I mean, the condensation isn't too bad on it. Obviously, with any bivvy without a vapor hood, you can expect condensation, but that's not too bad. But when I get the winter skin for it, that should eliminate condensation altogether. Anything else? No, I don't believe so. I heard a couple of fish crashing out at about 5 this morning, right out in front of me. I didn't go and have a look where they were because I was so warm in my bed, but yeah, I presume they were about where they were showing yesterday. 15, no, not, maybe 13 or 14 wraps out, so just beyond where I'm fishing. But if I can just walk out the shot quickly, where the reflection starts on the water, I didn't take half of the tree away, and that's about where they were showing. So just about there, pretty much. That's where they were showing. So I am going to turn the camera off now because I've been waffling, but I'll see you in a bit. Well, good afternoon. It's been a quiet morning. I'm just having a quick recast. So I've done the first 2 rods, and I'm just going to do the 3rd rod now. So I will just show you the rig I'm using quickly. Don't know how to do this really. It's just a simple Ronnie rig that goes to a Nut Crunch Nash Instant Action pop-up. I'm using a size 4 Kamakura hook, and then it goes to the lead system just here. I have got it locked on so it doesn't drop because I don't really agree with that. But I've got obviously rig putty here to correctly balance it so it sits off the bottom just like this, and that's that really. So I'm just going to move the camera quickly, and then I'll do a quick recast. Okay, so that is now all 3. Okay, so that is now all 3 rods out and ready again for the rest of this afternoon. That clear spot, you probably saw me drag it back a little bit. I wasn't quite on it to start off with, but when I dragged it back maybe 2-3 foot, I was bang on the money. So yeah, that's all 3 rods out now. Don't know what else I can do really until the carp decide to play ball. They're still all over that side of the lake because the wind's been blowing in that far corner all day. So yeah, what can you do? Yeah, so that's basically all. That's basically all I can do. The time is just gone 1:10 in the afternoon. So I thought, you know, now was as good a time as any to get my rods back out. So they are all out now, and they're fishing. So that's everything, and yeah, I'll update you in a bit if anything happens. But it's quite a nice day actually. It's the first couple of clips you saw of me, I was in a woolly hat with a coat and jumper on. Now I'm just in a t-shirt. Well, there is a couple of grey clouds coming, but yeah, you know, it's the cold mornings are rolling in, but it's still quite warm in the daytime. I mean, it's 12 degrees at the minute, but it doesn't feel like 12. I don't. It's 22 degrees. It just hadn't updated. So yeah, it's 22 degrees at the minute. It's still very warm. And yeah, that's everything. So I'll update you in a bit if anything happens, any bites come along, or I'm just I'm doing something to increase my chance of a bite. So yeah, I'm just going to show you the baits I'm using for this session. So if you just turn around with me, I'll show you. Right, now you're down here, I'm just going to show you the baits I'm using quickly. We've just got some standard carp pellet, different sizes. Just to you know, get a bit of everything in there. And then we're using a Spod mix, hemp, maize, and sweet, and loads of little things in there, pellet mixed in there. That's what's making it that pale colour, because all the pellets ingested the well. So they're the baits I'm using for this session. Obviously hook baits are a different story. So that's just my Spod mix. It's pellet with some monster particle in it. So I've still got tons of that, 50 kilos for 35 quid summer deal. So I'm just slowly getting through that, and then we'll see what happens, because colder weather comes in. The thing you really want to do is a full boilie approach, because particles just don't really work as well as boilies in the winter in my experience. So that's everything. I've shown you the bait, recasted, and that's everything. You're all caught. You've all caught up now. So I'm going to turn the camera off now and stop waffling. And yeah, I think I'm going to get a hoodie on, because it's quite breezy, and the breeze is actually quite cold. So more end just ran past. Yeah, I'm going to stop waffling, and I'll see you in a bit. Well, hello again. I've been going over this in my head for about 2 hours now, and I can't decide whether or not to spot a bit of bait out. But I've come to the conclusion that I think I'm going to, because one, the fish in these lakes are so used to spods. One, the fish are in here are so used to people spomming out, it's almost like a dinner bell to them. Two, with this weather, they're not going to be feeding on the bottom anyway, so they've got nothing really to lose. And number three, most of the fish are actually down that side of the lake, right over there, the complete opposite side of the lake, because the wind's been blowing in that corner all day. So I haven't really got anything to lose, so I am going to spod just a couple of spoms over each rod, see how that goes. So actually I may only do one spod for each rod, just to keep the bait topped up, because I don't want to bait too much. I did do 2 spods last night for each rod. So yeah, I'm going to do 1 spod over each rod. I'm going to turn the camera around now, and I'm going to get to work doing that. Okay, as you can just see, I did spot out 3 for my right hand rod, because the second spot I did went slightly left of where I want, and I'm a bit particular when it comes to that sort of thing. So I did end up doing 2 for each, because I thought, why not? So that's 4 spods in total for each rod now that I've done since I've been here. So that's not a lot at all, especially with particle, as it all, you know, when it hits the water it disperses so much. There's probably a tiny bit of bait on it as it stands anyway. Oh god, can you see that? Yeah, the swan's coming in to wipe out my rods. No, it's not. So yeah, that's the spodding done. I've done that. I've done everything for today. I'm not going to recast or anything in the evening. Rods how they are for 24 hours now, and we'll see what happens during the night. Nothing else. I've moved my distance sticks down here because, well, I had the room, and there's no point going all the way up there to be on my swim to wrap up when I can do it here. So if you are keen-eyed and what's the word? If you're keen-eyed, you would have noticed that I didn't have to rewrap any of my spod. I didn't have to rewrap my my spod rod at all, because all 3 rods are at 11 1/3 wraps. So that's me not needing to do anything else for today. Oh god, where I'm spotting, where my left hand rod is, it's in an empty swim, and people are looking in there at the minute. So hopefully they don't go in there. I'm gonna have to move that rod, which I've just baited up. Anyway, it's their choice if they go in that swim, and I'll be the one that has to move. So that's that. I just thought I'd quickly mention the new leads I've got as well. These are the Voodoo dumpy distance leads. This is a 3.5 ounce one. I've got 20 of them. So they're just cheap and cheerful leads, really. They do the job. They seem decent enough, and they're obviously camouflaged with the shiny coating. Well, not shiny, but the glossy coating, I guess you could say. So I think they're moving on, to be honest. Right, that's all. I'll see you in a bit, guys, with an update later. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay, guys, I've just been reviewing the footage, and you weren't actually able to see where I was spotting out for the right hand and the middle rods. So I'll just go over that quickly. So the left hand rod I am spotting just out there to the left of that tree. The middle rod I am in the exact middle, just there of that tree, and my right rod I'm in the middle of that swim just there. Like I said, all 11 1/3 wraps out, and this is what my swim looks like from here. It's a sunny day, so no fish are feeding on the bottom. Obviously, wind is starting to blow into my corner. You can probably see from the wind ripple just here, which is actually good. I will take that. So that's what I wanted to say. Just a quick clip to let you know where I'm fishing, because I forgot to show you earlier. So no one has actually gone into this swim yet, this swim over here, but I did have a walk around and there was a bucket in it. So I'm hoping that no one's actually gone into it since, but I can't see any rods being put out or anything. So that's what I wanted to say, really. I'll update you in the evening, and I'll see you in a bit. Good evening. It's been quiet, obviously, with the lack of footage. I've got to be quick because my camera's about to die. So I've literally just got back in. I just did from my swim to the far end of the lake with the bait boat, with the sonar on, just to give me a bit of a gauge of where I can fish, where I can't fish, because it's pretty much all weed straight out in front of me. So I did. Right, my camera just died. So I was just saying about the bait boat. Yeah, I did. I just went from my swim all the way to the weed line on the far side of the lake, just with the bait boat, to get a gauge of, like I said, where I can fish, where I can't fish, because obviously about the weed. So that's what I did. I recorded me spodding out, and that's all the bait I'm going to put in for today. I'll leave that until at least 24 hours tomorrow, and then I'll see what happens then. But so I'll see what happens then. I don't want to go piling the bait in, purely because people have been on this swim, the swim next to me, and that swim, and the swim straight opposite me before I was here, so I presume they've been chucking the bait in as well. And you know, the situation on Kingy is really bad at the minute. Straight out in the middle of the lake is all rotten bait, and you know, you when you cast and reel in to change your hook bait or your rigs or whatever you're doing, people have been saying the boilers have been coming out black and they smell like horrible, like they smell disgusting. And I had a similar thing happen to me on sand martin actually, so I'm thinking there's a lot of rotten bait in sand martin as well. So that I mean, that's the cause of it, because there's so much bait in the lake, there's just not enough fish in the lake to eat all the bait. So that's why fishing is so slow on these sort of lakes, because you know, the fish try to get through all the bait, but they physically can't, because you know, there is way too much bait in. So that's why I didn't want to put too much bait out. But the sun's going down. The time is just gone 7 o'clock, so I'm going to do my vents down, those two at the back and this one on my right in a minute, just to get a bit more, get a bit warm before the dark, before it gets dark, because that's when it properly cools down. So I'm going to put a hoodie on in a minute as well. But I've had a couple of liners on the left rod as well. I'm going to put my hoodie on because it's getting a bit chilly, especially in autumn. It gets cold quickly when it gets dark, so I'll end up putting that on, and most likely my gilet as well to sleep in. So there's nothing. Oh, a couple of small fry crushing out there. A couple of small fry splashing out there. Probably a cat down there. That's another thing, there's some huge catfish in here. I think there's 250 pounders in here. Not 250 pounders, 2 150 pounders. They're absolute monsters. I mean, they're longer than me. I don't want to catch a catfish. That is something I don't want to do. I will do in the winter though. I'll get catfish rigs on, and we'll do a bit of catfishing for YouTube. But I'm not too keen on catfish, purely for the fact that they can swim backwards, and they, you know, especially with carp setups, you wouldn't be able to stop them. You know, they'd take out a couple of people's rods, they'd be swimming all around the lake, and no, it's just not for me, especially with carp gear on. So the water is calm at the minute. The wind is not blowing into that far corner anymore, it's just literally blowing towards us straight. So that's that. And the second people left, people have came, so always pressure on this lake, which doesn't help. Kingy's full at the minute as well. I'm not sure of the situation on Sand Martin. I did have a walk around that, but it was quite rammed, I think. I'm not sure about Bluebell Lake and Mallard Lake, but there is a match on Mallard at the minute. So that's that. More fish splashing out. So I'm gonna leave you to it, guys. This is the last update you'll see from me tonight, and if there's anything happening in the night, I'll of course let you know. But if not, I'll see you when the sun rises in the morning, and we'll see what happens then, really, because I'm sort of losing my mind here. I need to be doing something, and there's not a lot I can do. I mean, I can't move swim because it's absolutely rammed everywhere. But in the next couple of days, I think, because I've got into a Wednesday, I think I'm going to see if I can move further down there purely to get out of this corner swim, because it's not very good at all. So that's why I just don't want to tackle the mass amounts of weed in here. So right, I've got my train of thought back. Before my camera died, I was going to say I'm going to insert just a little picture of what my deeper found at the bottom of the lake, so I'll put that in now. So as you can see, there's a lot of weed straight out in front, and then you get to about you get to where I'm fishing at 11 1/3 wraps, and it's really maybe not even half a foot of weed there, which my Ronnie rigs can deal with, especially if I put a PVA nugget on there, and then it's just thick weed straight after that. So that's the situation with my swim. So now you know what it looks like as well from the bottom. But there's surface weed. Oh god, there's silver fry. There's silverfish splashing everywhere. Yeah, there's definitely some cats in the area. I don't want to hook into a cat. I really don't want to. Yeah, they're splashing everywhere. I wish I could show you. Jesus. Yeah, there's definitely there's either some big pike in the area, or there's some bubbling as well. Ooh, it's getting tasty at the minute, and it's almost right where I'm fishing as well. Maybe a bit further in, but almost right where my left hand rod is. Yeah, big bubbling, and there's small fry crashing absolutely everywhere. Right, yeah, that's the last update you'll see from me this evening. I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully with a fish, but if not, oh well, we've still got 6 days left on the lake, and got plenty of time to catch, plenty of time to change tactics. So tomorrow I'll just go through my thought process. And I'll let you know if I'm going to change anything. I have changed my hook bait. I am now on the Nash Instant Action Nutty Crunch pop-up. It's almost like a live cell pop-up. It's just a bit more orange. I was originally on the brand new JH Baits Nutty B. They're just there. They almost, yeah, they look like live cell boilies. They smell like live cell as well. You know, that sweet kind of taste. Well, sweet kind of smell. Waffled on enough. I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully with a fish. But if not, what can you do, eh? Right, I'll see you in a bit. Good morning. Obviously nothing happened with the lack of nighttime footage last night. Did have a couple liners on the left hand rod, and the bobbin has gone down a tiny bit. I'm guessing that's just weed that's knocked my rig a little bit. So nothing I need to investigate on that front. But apart from that, nothing happened at all. I'll reel in a bit to change my rigs, go for a shower, and maybe change tactics. But apart from that, I don't really see anything I can do, to be honest, apart from sit and wait. So I'm not going to put any bait out until this evening, and nothing else to go over apart from that. So I'm going to I'll turn the camera off now to well, I'm going to go and have a little I'm going to go have a cup of tea and get warm, because it's not early morning, it's almost 9 o'clock. I've been up a couple of hours, but I've only just got the camera out now. So that's that. It's meant to get quite warm as well later on again, and then it's cooling down tomorrow until I go home, which is good. So hopefully the changing weather might turn the fish on, but you never know on these sort of places. So that's that, and I'm going to turn the camera off now because I've been waffling, but I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so it's still the morning and it's still very cold, hence the hat and the coat. I did just put my other 2 rods out, and I forgot to record that. But basically, in a nutshell, all 3 rods are on a Ronnie rig, just like so, and you know, you use quarter bait floss or whatever bait floss you want. Let me just hook myself quickly. So that's the Ronnie rig, and then it sits off the bottom like that with the swivel. So all it is, it's a size 4 Kamakura hook. You can probably tell by how sharp the hook point is. A small rig swivel, just like this, with a ring on it. I don't know if it'll focus on that. There we go. Just like that. And then a size 10 swivel, I think it was, to IQ2 boom, followed by a 2 crimps that you can buy from Corda as well, and then you just use the crimping tool for that. So that's all there is to this Ronnie rig. Obviously you've got shrink tubing to hide the where the hook goes onto the QC swivel, and then you've got the hook bead just there to stop the swivel coming off, obviously. So that's all it is. I've got about, well, minus the 3 on my rods at the minute, I think I've got about 12 or 13 Ronnies, and then I've got a couple of basic PVA rigs just on the end at the very top. So that's that. I actually got the camera out not to talk about the Ronnie rigs I'm using, but instead what's coming forward for this winter. So I'm going to be spending most of my time on St Martin Lake for my winter campaign, trying to hunt down Tilly. She came out actually a couple of days ago at 50 again, so piling on the winter food. But like I said yesterday, there's a problem with the water quality in St Martin, because you know, when you put a pop-up in and then your reelings change your hook bait, they're just black. It's the same on Kingy. So whether the water quality gets better with the colder weather, or they end up putting the aerator in, we'll have to see. But it's either going to be St Martin or Swan I'm going to spend my winter campaign on, because these two lakes tend to do better in winter than Bluebell, Mallard, and then King. Well, Kingy does well in winter when it's not full of shite in the middle of the lake. But that's just all I wanted to say. Winter's tactics won't be particle; it will be full-out boilie approach. For that, it's fishing in winter is obviously a lot tougher than it is in autumn and summer. But summer's obviously hard because of the weather and the spawning and the amount of nice weather anglers that pile onto these places to chuck a load of bait out and then go home for the winter. So that's the plan for this winter. I'm not going to be going back onto Mallard or Bluebell Lake anytime soon. I've actually been on Bluebell for a couple of months, but those two lakes are out of the question. And to be honest, I think Kingy is as well, with the amount of problems they have over there, because you know, you're not allowed to fish up to snags, can't fish out in the middle. You can only fish in weed really, and in the margins where there's no snags. So that's that. There's a few options for me to go through how I want to fish, and what tactics I want to use, because obviously winter fishing is a lot different to summer and fall fishing. That's all I wanted to get the camera out for this morning really. The time is it's almost 10 in the morning, so it should be getting warmer in a couple of hours or so when we get towards lunchtime. But that's everything I wanted to go over with you. There's nothing more to cross off the list to talk about. I said in the last clip actually I was going to go through the baits I'm using, so I'll do that quickly. Right, okay, so on my right hand rod, fishing towards the middle of that swim, straight opposite me, I have a double corn glugged in the Corda moonshine goo. It tastes like nail varnish remover, to be honest, but it works, it does the job, and that's what I use for double corn. On the next rod I have the Nash Instant Action Candy Crunch pop-ups. They almost look like Life System or Essential Cell, but they are a bit more orange and a bit more sweet smelling than that. And then that's on the left hand rod, and in the middle, on the middle rod I have a JH Baits Nutty Bee, brand new, topped with a mainline high visual pineapple pop-up. You've seen these before. I love these, they smell so nice as well. this session I haven't been using the trusty Scopex Squid pink pop-ups because I'm not very confident with them on this lake. Although if I was fishing mallard, I'd put these on at least 2 rods. And then a couple of pop-ups I haven't actually used yet that are still pretty much brand new are the Nash Instant Action Monster Crab, the Nash Instant Action Coconut Cream, and the Nash Instant Action Squid and Krill. These are, I mean, obviously the Coconut Cream is a white pop-up. I've only brought these just for the colour. I'm not too bothered about the coconut cream smell of it because it doesn't smell very strong anyway. And then we have the Monster Crab, which is obviously fish food. Oh, that smells awful, but the fish obviously love it. These are more like a high-vis orange sort of thing, so you'll be able to see that. Yeah, you can see that. Oh, little robin over there. And then the final one is Nash Instant Action Squid and Krill, which is obviously another fish food. That smells awful as well. It doesn't quite smell like normal squid and krill, but yeah, that's that. And then the last one I've got to go over is the Strawberry Crush pink pop-ups. I've used quite a few of these actually. I'll need to get some more in a couple of weeks. But they're literally, I think they're $3.99 a pop, so not bad at all. This is what Tilly came out on a couple of days before I went to Bluebell, so I went ahead and ordered these for the day I went to Bluebell. Believe it or not, they only just came in time, so didn't have any luck with these. But I don't think anyone had a fish out while I was there. And then finally, these aren't boilies and they're not pop-ups. They are the sticky manila dumbbells. They taste absolutely beautiful. Oh blimey. And yeah, they're just dumbbells. They're 16mm dumbbells from Sticky Baits. You know, anything sticky manila is bound to work on most lakes. So I haven't actually used these yet, but I'm pretty sure if I did decide to use them, I'd get some sort of success. But I'm not going to use them in this lake because with the amount of stuff that's at the bottom of the lake, the fish wouldn't be able to see this. So that's pretty much why I'm going with a high visual approach, to be honest. So if I was just using this, I doubt the fish would see it, so I've got it topped with half a I've actually got the other half in here. So it's a pretty simple process. You just I've just literally trimmed down a high visual pop-up, just down half a size, and then topped it with the JH Baits Nutty Bee hard hook bait, just to give it a bit of buoyancy, just like that. That's all it is, just to give it a bit of buoyancy and a bit of visual for the fish. What else is there to go through? I think that's everything, to be honest. Obviously I've got my zig rigs, my bait floss, lighter, scissors, zig line, all that over there, ready to go if the weather gets a bit nicer later on. I can always put a zig on. Okay, so that's just all the baits I'm using, the tactics I'm using. So I'm on Ronnie rigs. By the way, this is the quarter rig safe. Just a simple rig wallet. Well, it's not a rig wallet, but you hook your hook in this. Put your hook in this little bit, just here. Get out, just there. And then these green beads. They're just little pins. It's yeah, you can't really see that. They just go into the soft bit there, and it keeps your rigs nice and tidy. So that's everything. I've been waffling on for a bit too long now, and I'll see you in a bit. Hopefully with a fish, but if not, we'll be doing something else instead. See you in a bit. I was just about to do the intro and a fish just splashed right where my middle rod is. Right, welcome back. It's the afternoon. I say afternoon, it's well, it is mid-afternoon. It's almost 3 o'clock. Wind is blowing right into my corner now, so it's a good sign. And speaking of good signs, the person next to me about 2 hours ago had the Immaculate Common. We believe it's the Immaculate Common anyway, at £48 I think. I got a picture of it just in here. So yeah, he had that next to me. Absolute cracking fish. I mean, seriously, mint condition, beautiful old fish. So that's that. Fish are coming out in our area, and especially in the peg right next to me. You know, it was an absolute monster fish. So that's that. We have got that one fish that's just shown in front of me. That's almost the only activity that's happened in front of me this afternoon. Like I say, wind's blowing in this corner, fish are showing, fish have been caught. It's looking good, but I'm sort of going crazy because I'm lost for ideas, and I don't know what to do, because I could move, but no pegs are free that are decent apart from this one. So I don't want to move to a peg worse than this, because this is not actually a bad peg at all. So I don't want to move to a peg, I mean, because there's still loads of people on this side of the bank. I was going to move to a middle swim that someone moved out of yesterday evening, but it got taken almost straight away. Another fish is showing. So yeah, they're on the back of the wind at the minute, following it in. So hopefully the one rod will go screaming off any minute now. So I can't exactly move at the minute because it'd be a pointless exercise. So all I can do really is just be consistent and sit on my hands, because that's really the only option I've got. I mean, I'm not 100% confident of where my rigs are, but then again, I'll insert a picture of the sonar scan now. Where that shallow spot is with less than a foot of weed is almost the only clear-ish spot there is in front of me, without intruding on the 3 swims to my left, right and opposite. So, oh, the bailiff decided to come at the perfect time. Yeah, there's nothing I can do really, apart from be patient and not do anything stupid to disturb the swim. So no more bait's going to go out until, I don't know, tonight minimum. May try and leave it till tomorrow morning, but that's all that's happened. That's all I can update you with at the minute. And as far as the weather goes, it's still sunny. There's a plane just there. Yeah, it's still sunny. It's still not great fishing weather from the bottom, but he caught his fish on a PVA bag rig. So I have got a couple made that are sitting in my pellet bucket out there. If I do decide I want to change tactics, oh, another couple have just shown. They're definitely in this corner now. But I'm not exactly happy with how my rigs are presented, and it's so annoying, especially after that guy caught. Well, good evening. The sun sets on Bluebell Lakes for another day. I've had liners galore today. You wouldn't believe, seriously. A couple of fish have been showing, especially in this corner just here, but I can't put a rig there because of the amount of surface weed there is. And for that reason alone, I can't put a rig there, because I wouldn't be able to get my line to sink with the amount of stuff that's blocking that corner. So I presume that's actually why they're in there, because they know it's a safe place where they don't have any rigs in their face. So I've done all I can for tonight. Someone did end up moving into that corner swim, so I just let him know where I'm fishing. And well, good evening. The sun sets on Bluebell Lakes for another day. I've had liners galore today. You wouldn't believe, seriously. A couple of fish have been showing, especially in this corner just here, but I can't put a rig there because of the amount of surface weed there is. And for that reason alone, I can't put a rig there, because I wouldn't be able to get my line to sink with the amount of stuff that's blocking blocking that corner, so I presume that's actually why they're in there, because they know it's a safe place where they don't have any rigs in their face. So I've done all I can for tonight. Someone did end up moving into that corner swim, so I just let him know where I'm fishing. And right, I just had to go through and delete some videos. My card just got full. Sorry. While I was deleting videos, a fish just crashed, I don't know, 10 feet from me, right in that corner again. And it's so frustrating, because another fish just crashed just out in that corner, maybe 10-15 yards from where I am. And if I could get a rod in there, believe me right now, honestly I would, but it is impossible. Unless I find a way, get a couple of bank sticks out and put a rod aiming directly in there, because there is just a clear spot just there, all the way through to that corner. I may try that, but it depends if there's even any clear spots there anyway. So before my card ran out, I was speaking about the guy that went into that corner swim. I just let him know where I'm fishing, and he was fine with it. He just said, yeah, that's fine, mate. I don't want to cast over your lines or anything. So that's no problem at all. And yeah, it's getting dark very quickly. You can probably see, but it is an absolutely beautiful night. Let me just get out of shot. And we're in for a change of weather tomorrow. Still almost the same temperature, but it's going to be overcast, and the air pressure right now is 10-13, so it's dropped by about 10. So maybe that drop in pressure and the change in the weather could turn the fishing on. But like I said, it's not really off at the minute, because the guy next to me, he had the Immaculate Common out earlier at 48 pounds or 47, I can't remember which one. And I showed you a picture earlier in the blog as well, so absolute mint fish, seriously. I mean, you know, it was 47 pounds, you know. So that's that. All three rods are still at 11 1/3 wraps. To the left of that willow tree, to the middle of those trees, and then to the middle of that swim straight opposite me. You can't see it from where the camera is, but let me just turn the camera around. Yeah, you probably still can't see that. Yeah, so middle of that swim, just there, and to a willow tree. I believe, I can't really see. I'll show you tomorrow. It's getting a bit too dark to record. There we go. Yeah, so like I said, I've had nothing eventful apart from liners galore today. This evening more than this afternoon actually, but hopefully liners can turn into a fish maybe. Maybe tonight, because I've rested my swim all day. Obviously I've had my rods out in the water, but I've put out bait in, so any bait that's not been eaten is still above my rigs, perfectly where I left it when I baited up. So that's pretty much everything I've got to go over. Nothing more to update you with really. No, the guy, I may have told you earlier, I'm so tired, but he got his fish on a PVA bag rig with boilie crumb, and oops, someone just putting the bait boat out. Yeah, he got that on a PVA bag with boilie crumb. Not sure the hook bait he used, but that was the free food he was putting around his hook bait. I'm going to stop waffling now because it's getting too dark to record. Yep, it is. So I'll see you in the morning. Hopefully see you tonight with the fish, but based on consistency so far, it's not going to happen. So I'm going to turn the camera off now, and I'm going to have a think of what I want to do tomorrow morning. So that's that, and I'll catch you hopefully tonight. I'll see you in a bit. Good morning. It was an absolutely quiet night. Well, it wasn't quiet for liners. I was having liners galore again on my left and my middle rod. Right hand rod's been quiet all the time, but I am resting my swim at the minute. I'm going to be resting it for the next couple of hours or so, just to see what happens when there's no lines in the water. So that's the plan for today. the time is at the minute, it's 10:26. I've been up for a couple of hours already. I say a couple, I've been up for about 3 or 4. So that's the plan. I've literally only just took my rods out in the last 20 minutes or so, just like I said, just to rest my swim, see what happens, see how the fish respond when there's no lines in the water. So that's the plan for today. Later on I'll obviously put my rods back in, fresh hook baits, same spots. So that's really the only thing I've got to update you with, and I'll see you in a bit with anything that happens. Well, obviously not fishing wise, but anything I want to tell you, anything I want to explain, change of tactics. If I'm going to have a bit of a let about later on, once I've rested my swim for a couple of hours. So that's the plan, and well, that's all I can do really, because I've already took my rods out now. Well, my Spod rod's just there. My other 3 rods are just next to me on the other bivvy. So that's that, and I'll see you in a bit. Good morning. I didn't record at all yesterday, apart from that little bit I had said with my rods out, because I rested my swim for the whole of yesterday, and I put my rods back in last night. Nothing happened. I did have a tench actually, but I didn't record it because it was chucking it down all night. So I'm counting that as a blank saver. A lot of people wouldn't, but I don't mind a tench. It was only £5–6, but still a fish at the end of the day. So yeah, I'm not blanking anymore. A carp would be nice though. I have put my rods out this morning again, because last night it was getting dark quickly and I just pub chucked them out to roughly the spots I was fishing. My left hand rod, however, is in the left corner. It's a little bay. I waded out with my landing net handle, just had a prod around, and I found a really big clay spot. So I went back, I put my landing net in the landing net handle where I was fishing, where I wanted to fish, so I remembered where it was. Waded back to the bank, got my rod, waded back out again, dropped my rig down, and then with my rod with the bail arm open, I walked it back to the rod rest, put it down, set the alarm, set the bobbin, blah blah blah, and then I went out with some of these sticky manila 16mm boilies. They're just literally, I just got a couple of handfuls. Yeah, I've just got a couple of handfuls, maybe about that big, and boilies everywhere. And I also crushed a couple as well with my hand before I chucked them in. So I'll just show you now. That's what they look like crushed, just like that. Yeah, just crumb up, and then it'll make a nice cloud in the water when they eventually it'll just make a nice cloud in the water when they eventually dissolve. So I've got 2 kilos of them so far. Haven't opened this one yet, but if I don't need to, I can obviously save it for the next session. I've sort of just ditched the Spod mix, to be honest, because it hasn't gave me any luck as of yet. But I've got, like I said, I've got 2 spots on the sticky manila boilies, just boilies alone, nothing, no additives, no nothing with that, no pellet, just plain and simple sticky manila 16mm boilies on the spot. And then on my very right hand rod, I did put some Spod mix out, particle outside, to just give me a bit of variation, see what works, see what doesn't. So I am confident. I said at the start of the video I'm not very confident with my spots, but I'm very confident with my spots now, because fish have been showing in that bay all the time I've been here. But that's a different story, getting them to feed, isn't it? So I've done everything I can now. Baited up, put my rods out, and that's all I can do really. So I was speaking to I look really overexposed. So I was just speaking to Steve Renyard yesterday. He's the tutor on the complex. So I was speaking to Steve Renyard yesterday. He's the tutor on the complex, and he was saying to me, obviously peanuts and tiger nuts are banned on this complex, but you are allowed to use sticky manila, which contains both of them. So that's why I've decided to use these. He did recommend these to me, so the second he recommended them to me, I went up to the shop and got some. So that's that. Like I said, I've got 2 bags of these, so I can always go up the shop and get some more if I do run out. And my camera is making me look really blurry at the minute. Sorry about that. So yeah, I'm going to stop waffling. That's the morning update for you. And if a fish comes along, I'll let you know. But if not, I'll turn the camera on to tell you what I'm doing. So I'll see you in a bit. Good evening. I haven't done any footage today, for the plain and simple fact that nothing's happened, but I have been getting liners galore on my left hand rod that's right in the weed margin, over like right in the bay where I've seen fish splash. So I told you earlier I waded out and put the rod down there by hand, and put a couple of the sticky manila 16mm boilies down there. I did do that, so I've been getting liners on that constantly, with the receiver just telling me that stuff's knocking against the line. I did wait out a couple of I don't know, an hour or so ago before I started watching the Tottenham game, to just see if it was weed that was knocking my line or what. But there's no weed that's in the way of my line. Line's laying on the bottom of the lake perfectly, nothing to interfere with it. So I'm guessing it's fish. Oh, went out of focus there. Yeah, so I'm guessing it's fish having a munch on my food. Sorry, the camera was a bit low. Yeah, so I'm guessing that's fish having a munch on my food. So I'm going to keep an ear out on the receiver just to see if any more liners come about. Had a couple liners on my middle rod as well, which is at 11 1/3 wraps out towards the middle of the tree line. So it's just a reference for night really, but I could cast 12 feet either side of that and I'd still be on a clear spot, because the one clear spot I found is actually very, very big. So I managed to just get it out, and I've gone really dark for some reason. There we go. Sorry, I just went really dark for a second there. So like what I was just saying, my right hand rod and my middle rod are 11 1/3 wraps, and my left hand rod's I'm not sure how many wraps. I'd presume 9, 8 maybe, to the very left, but I don't need to wrap that up. I've gone really dark again. I don't know what's happening. So yeah, I don't need to wrap that up. That's fine. And that's all I've got to update you with really. So nothing else has happened. Watched the Grand Prix earlier. Congratulations, Lewis Hamilton, on your 100th Grand Prix win. I'm not a huge fan of Mercedes, but he's British, and he's got his 100th Grand Prix win. First Formula 1 driver to ever do that. So anyway, off topic. We're not here to talk about Formula 1. We're here to talk about carp fishing. So I've gone really dark again. This is really annoying me. So you're up to date now. A hornet was in here earlier trying to kill me. I was chasing it around my bivvy for about 10 minutes. It just wouldn't leave this huge door that's in front of me. So I got it in one of my little food tubs. It hasn't had any food in it. I was just keeping batteries in it, and went down to the bottom of the bank and let it go. So hopefully no more hornets come in here, because that won't be too good. But like I said, I'm gonna get some food on now. I've already put bait out for today. Why does this keep going dark? Yeah, I've put bait out for today, so I don't need to put any bait out or anything like that. So I'm going to cut the video here, and I'll see you in a bit. Morning. Here we have a blank saver. Well, I'm not sure how big she is yet. I'll need to weigh her, etc, etc. But the blank is out of the way, and she's not a bad size either. That hook went straight through her. Alright, let me get some water for her. So like I said, she is the blank saver, and she's an absolute brute. I'm not entirely sure how big she is yet. We'll have to see. But oh, let me just flip you around, darling. Ah. Relax, relax. And that, for you, is hard work and perseverance at its finest. Wow, I am absolutely delighted with that. There you go, darling. Right, I'm gonna turn the camera off to get some pictures with her. But yeah, she put up one mighty fight, you know. She went towards the rod 3 times before she actually came in. Calm down, darling. So that's perseverance for you guys. Well, that was some fish to catch. It's taken me Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 5 nights, 6 days to to get to this point, to have a fish to show for my efforts. But I've done it, and boy, it put up an amazing fight. I mean, it saw the net and bolted 3 times before it came in. And you know, the bait I'm using, it doesn't get more simple than this. It's a white pop-up, a Nash Instant Action coconut cream white pop-up on a Ronnie rig. That's all it was, and it done the business. It was my spot. It was my right hand rod, 11 1/3 wraps on the one gravel spot that I saw in front of me. So obviously I've done something right in finding that and placing a rig on it right. And like I said, it's done me the business, and I am well happy. You know, I've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I've got 2 nights, 3 days left on the complex, but now the fish are coming. Oh, that was my... Well, the dust has settled and the fish is safe back into the water. Wow, 35 pounds 5 is an amazing... Okay, sorry guys, I've had to go handheld for a couple of minutes because my camera batteries are charging, so I can't use the camera at the minute. But I just wanted to expand on what happened with the with the mirror I got. So it was indeed my right hand rod that did the magic, and I'm just absolutely over the moon that 5 days of patience and persistence has finally paid dividends for me. So it was the right hand rod, this one just here, this closest one to me, went screaming off at 8 o'clock this morning, and I thought, well, you know, fish on. Ran out my bed, went to the rod, and hooked into the fish. I was playing it for quite a long time, to be honest. I'd say 15 minutes most, maybe 10 or 12 minutes. But yeah, I managed to get it in. It didn't like the look of the net for the first 3 times, but the 4th time lucky, I did get it in. So yeah, you saw me lift it up and show it on the mat. I'm just going to go into my bivvy again quickly because it's very cold and windy out. Yeah, so it weighed 35 pounds 5 ounces, and you know, it's one of those things, because if I was to blank, it's Swan Lake. You know, it's one of the hardest lakes in the country for sure. But I've managed to save the blank with a 35 pound 5 ounce mirror, almost a leather carp. And I've got 2 days left on the complex, but I may extend my stay. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure, but I'm speechless. You know, it's a very, very, very hard lake, and I showed on the video. I got it on a Nash Instant Action white pop up with the old Ronnie rig as well. So obviously I did something right in that aspect. I keep getting liners on my rod that's in the bay over there. It's on the green one, so it keeps beeping. It may do it while I'm recording. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, it weighed 37 pounds 5, but the sling weighs 2 pounds when it's wet. So I took the 2 off, and we ended up with a 35.5 common. We ended up with a 35.5 mirror, and you know, I'm absolutely speechless, because it's, first of all, it's a mid-30, and second of all, I'm on Swan Lake, one of the hardest lakes on the complex and in the country. So big props to the guy next to me. He came running over when I told him I had a fish on. Helped me with pictures. I netted it myself because it was still in his sack when I got it. So I put it in the retainer sling, and I put it safely in I don't know, 5 foot of water. So it was all right. It was safe, and besides, it was only in there for 30-40 seconds, just while I went over to him and told him what happened. No fish care was needed, apart from some propolis on its lip. Oh, there you go. Liner on the green one again, this time 32mm, because on these new direction ones it says how far the run is. So if I just, oh, it doesn't say it anymore. Yeah, so I keep getting liners on that one. I've lost my train of thought. Thanks, liner. Yeah, so I'm just speechless, to be honest. The fact that I've caught on this lake when there's so many people fishing here, it's so pressured. It's a very, very hard lake to fish, and I can't fathom what I've done at the minute. Everything that happened earlier was a blur. It's been a good 2 hours now since I caught it. Actually, what is the time? Yeah, it's almost 11 o'clock, so 3 hours almost since I hooked into the fish, and it was just, it didn't beat me up as such, but when it saw the net, it just absolutely bolted off for 3 times in a row. But the 4th time, it was tired, and I just dragged it into the net, and that was the fish caught. So I've put the rod back out now. Enough of the fish that I've caught. I've put the rod back out, and yeah, I'm not too fussed about not catching again, to be honest, because it would be nice to catch, obviously, but I've caught, and that's the main thing. So the blanking streak is over, and we have a video, and we have a fish in the video to show you, which is the main thing, to be honest. You know, I can't convey my emotions at the minute. But enough waffling on. I'm not going to put any bait out. Actually, another point, I am going to carry on talking about that fish I caught. There was no bait around it. It was just a single hook bait on a clear spot I found with the sonar, and I plonked it down. Waited, what, 15-16 hours it'd been out there, and then it screamed off. So I put it straight back out as soon as the fish was back safely. I put some propolis on its lip, and made sure he was all right. I checked him over for any damage, any scars, any missing scales. Beautiful condition. All the fish in here are absolutely beautiful condition. So I put him back safely. He's returned to the depths for another angler to catch. and enjoy. And so that's everything. I'll update you in a bit if anything happens, but if not, yeah. If you are fishing at the minute, tight lines and good luck. So I'll see you in a bit. Hello, and last day of the vlog. Everything's packed away behind me, as you can see. There's no bivvy up, no, left out all the rods now, and yeah, it is so windy. You probably can't even hear me at the minute, but it is so windy. Yeah, I've cut this session short because it's raining all night tonight. So that's the plan, and thank you for watching this video. It's been there's I've asked for more. Obviously Dave's still out there, still £5 whatever he is at the minute. He's due out. It's been almost a month since he's been out, so he's due out. So we have to catch him, but I'm they cut out